Yo, before we jump into everything, I just want to let you guys know I have a Patreon. A lot of people will hit me up and be like, yo, Huncho, you should start a Patreon. Not realizing that I already have one. So if you guys could do me a huge favor, subscribe to the Patreon. It's only $2 a month. So if you guys really want to support me, my channel, and all my future projects, consider subscribing to the Patreon. Also, I just released some new merch on the Huncho Joshi store. So if you guys want to go check out the store for yourself, the link to the Huncho Joshi store is in the description below. What's up guys, it's your host Huncho Joshi and welcome to a very special announcement. I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I've been having a lot of technical difficulties with my camera. I tried recording this video a week ago so I could get it out on my birthday, which was August 19th. That didn't happen, obviously. Tried recording all yesterday. I'm literally up at like 2 in the morning trying to record this. So hopefully I could get it to work. And if this video comes out, then obviously your boy was able to do it. But yeah, this has been a project I've been working on and off for about 2.5 years, 3 now. Yeah, I'm just super excited to be able to finally talk about it. For anybody that's subscribed to the Patreon or just kept up with the community tab, then you guys know I've actually been talking about this project quite a bit. Matter of fact, I've even shown some early art designs back on my Instagram a long while back. So if you guys want to be able to see more behind the scenes stuff with this project, subscribe to the Patreon or just follow me on Instagram. But yeah, the first time I actually tried recording this video, I tried doing it all off the dome, which was a bad idea. So to make it easier on me, I decided to jot down some notes for me to talk about some things for this video instead of just being like all over the place. So something that I'm going to do that'll make things easier for me, the camera, and for you guys, I decided that I'm just going to be recording this video in parts. That way it would just be easier to transfer the footage onto my PC, which is something I've been having trouble with. I originally just tried recording a long, like 45 minute long video and tried moving it over, and every time I do that it just keeps getting corrupted. So just recording these video in small parts I think will just be easier. So hopefully that will solve this problem. Also, since I wasn't able to get this video up on my birthday, if you guys could do me a huge favor and just comment down below happy belated birthday, because seeing those comments would honestly just make my day. So without further ado, we're gonna go ahead and jump straight in. Where did I get the idea for this project? Hi, this is future Huncho. I was able to get my camera to work, but my mic said fuck it for a lot of this video, so you may or may not see me hop in from time to time to redo some parts. So yeah, there's that. Just in case you guys were wondering why I'm wearing different clothes. Also, I got a do-rag on, I know. I just washed my braids and I was getting ready for bed until I realized a lot of this video might have to be redone. So where did I get the idea for this project? Well, I have to go back to 2020, where I ended up stumbling upon a YouTuber by the name of DDMarkk, who turned an IP like SpongeBob into an anime. And I'm not gonna lie to you guys, when I reacted to that video, I was blown away. The fact that a YouTuber could turn something like SpongeBob into an anime was just fucking awesome. So because of that, I got inspired to make my own anime. So for about 2.5 months, I was really trying my hardest to learn animation while also working on a story. The thought of making this a comic or manga, whatever, wasn't even on my mind. I was just like, I want to learn animation, I want to make an anime. But spoiler alert, that ended up not happening because one, animation is hard as fuck. So if any animators are watching this video right now, shout out to y'all. You guys are amazing. Keep creating. But that shit is not for me. I tried that shit for like 2.5 months and it was just pissing me off. I basically just scrapped the whole idea. Not only that, around this time I was working a full-time job, was dealing with some personal stuff going on in my life, and I was trying to grow this YouTube channel. After attempting to use different types of animation softwares, I kind of just gave up. And after giving up, I got very discouraged. And to jump ahead about a year later, I ended up stumbling upon this YouTuber by the name of Manga, as well as DDMarkk, Young Wavy the Artist, and so many other independent manga creators and comic book creators. I can't name every single one of them off, but I'll make sure to put them on the screen so you guys can know who I've been watching. Just know I've been watching a lot of independent manga creators and comic book creators, And because of them, I got hell inspired to bring this project back. Not only that, when I was a very, very young kid, and a lot of my family members and close friends know this, but I love comic books and manga so much to the point to where I used to create my own comic books and manga when I was a kid. How I used to make manga comic books when I was a kid. From the love that I got from comic books from my dad and the love that I got from manga from my older brother, it inspired me to start making my own stories. One of my favorite comic books that I used to make that I still remember to this day was like a fan-made Sonic the Hedgehog comic book that I had. I used to make that shit so fucking edgy because at that time I was hella invested into Dragon Ball Z, One Piece, and the Badass Ninja Turtles where they like killed Shredder. I forgot the name of that one. But I made that shit like hella dark and edgy, and I was like 6 or 7 years old, and I was writing that shit like it was fucking Game of Thrones type shit, you know? But yeah, a lot of family members and close friends that knew me growing up would tell me that whenever I was very, very little, I would literally just sit at a table for like 20 something hours, not even moving. I would literally just be drawing. I would start off with one paper, and by the time the day was over, I would literally have like this much of a story just completely written. Yeah, I don't know. The love of just making comic books and manga just slipped away once I got to high school. And this is gonna sound so dumb, but once I got to high school, I thought drawing comic books and manga was just lame, so I grew out of it. But now that I'm older, I wish I stuck with it. So for any young people that are watching this video right now, just because you think someone else might think it's lame doesn't really mean shit. As long as you're having fun and it makes you happy, continue to do it. It doesn't matter if it's art, making music, YouTube, it really doesn't matter what anyone else thinks. As long as it makes you happy, keep doing you, keep being great. But yeah, my dumbass just thought, oh, this shit's lame, I'm just gonna stop doing it. Now I regret it. Now that I'm getting back into art super late at the age of 24, it's definitely made this project a lot difficult. And I'll explain why in just a bit. The art process. After watching a bunch of independent manga creators and comic book creators, I got hella inspired to bring back this project. And whenever I started back on this project, I thought, you know, when I was a kid, I used to really grind out making these types of stories, especially drawing them myself. So I thought, hey, I'm an adult now, I'm sure I could do this myself. And if you're looking at the screen right now, this is one of the earliest designs of BAMBA, and before you guys flame me, I know it looks like shit. But to jump ahead a few more months later, after just tweaking his design a little bit, this is what he started to look like. We're getting there, we're making progress, baby. And after drawing the very first page for myself, I started to get very discouraged. Now, before you guys start flaming my ass for this page, this was originally supposed to be a storyboard. So I drew it in like 35 minutes. And my original plan was to throw it into Photoshop and then do the line art and the shading myself. But I don't know how to do any of that shit. And just by looking at the storyboard, like I said, I started to get very discouraged. Because one, like I said, once I got to high school, I really stopped doing anything art related. I was feeling hella rusty, as well as discouraged. It caused me to kind of throw this idea off to the side. But after watching more and more comic book artists and manga artists, a lot of the lessons that they would talk about, like putting in the work to make progress or to get better, just really started to hit me. I basically started to draw every single day. So after feeling very discouraged, I took it upon myself to basically search for some artists to maybe help me out a bit. Doing so, I actually ended up finding 2 amazing artists. My God, they've made this process so much easier. This was my storyboard. The artist that I found, this guy is an amazing artist. And after sending him a bunch of notes, like a paragraph of notes, like I felt very bad, but he was down for it. You know, he was down for the project. After sending him a shit ton of notes and the script with this shitty looking storyboard, he came up with this. This right here is his storyboard. And the fact that it looks like this just blew my mind. So I was like, yeah, this guy is going to be my main artist. And after sending him some more notes and some more pointers, he ended up coming up with this line art. Then this was his final product. And my gosh, this shit looks amazing. once it came to like the layout, I told him, yo, you could have full creative control on the layout because my shit just looks so basic. I'm very honest with myself. When I do something that looks terrible or just looks bad or just is bad, I'm very upfront with myself. So yeah, my shit looked terrible. And the fact that he was able to turn this terrible, ugly, disgusting storyboard into this is absolutely insane. And after he finished this page, I send it off to another artist that I found who is a color artist, and this is the final product. And my God, it looks absolutely insane. And I'm not even gonna lie to you guys, once I got this page, I'm gonna be real honest with you guys, I started to tear up. I literally started to tear up because this was a project that I was working on and off for, at this point, 2 years. And to see this page finally come to light, it just really hit home and gave me a lot more inspiration. Because like I said, I was very discouraged when trying to do it myself. But now that I have help with 2 amazing artists, like I can't even thank them enough. Like they are awesome. They are awesome. And just talking to them has made this process so much fun. Like I honestly feel like I've grown a bond between both of them. Because there's points where we don't even talk about the project. We'll literally just be cracking jokes or talking about other manga or anime that we're watching or reading. So I'm glad that I found them and just so excited to go on this journey with them. Now, with that said, I currently am looking for a 3rd artist because I feel like having a 3rd artist would be able to speed up the process of making this manga inspired comic book. So who knows, maybe if any of you guys want to help, just hit me up. And I am going to be paying. All of the artists that I've been paying as of right now is coming out of my pocket or from the Patreon. Like I said, the Patreon will help. But yeah, for the most part, a lot of the money has just been coming out of pocket from me to these artists. So shout out to them. Now, even though I have 2 main artists, I do have 2 other artists that are working with me for concept art, so I want to make sure I shout them out as well. And just because I have all of these artists working for me to help out with this project, I don't want you guys thinking that they're doing all of the hard work. This right here, all of this and this drawing book are all the storyboards that I've drawn that I sent to my main artist for him to do his updated storyboard. And then once he finishes his page, then I send it off to the color artist, they finish, and that's when we get the finalized page. But even though we get the finalized page, sometimes I'll step in and fix some errors. For example, this is page 3. At this time, my artist was going through a very difficult time and he just wasn't able to finish this page, which is perfectly fine. I even told him, hey, I know you're going through a lot right now. If you send me this page, I'll, try to finish it myself. This is what the page looked like, and this is what the page currently looks like after I touched it up. Now, I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I was kind of scared to do this myself because, like I said, hella discouraged. But honestly, I was kind of surprised on what I was able to do. Now, obviously, this is some real amateur looking shading, but I think I did a pretty good job, and it kind of gave me a confidence boost. And I don't want to feel like I'm not putting in as much work as everyone else. So I want to be able to help any way I can. And like I said, I do want to get a 3rd artist that could also help out with, shading. Like if one of my artists is having a tough time, then I could go to the other artist and say, hey, this person won't be able to finish this page. Do you think you could finish it? And if that artist can't do it, then that's when I'll have to step up and do it myself. So yeah, I'm still doing the storyboarding. I'm still giving the script, putting in notes, and fixing certain errors that I found throughout some of the pages. Whenever I started sending my artist my storyboards, over time he started to realize that my art has progressed, and he's told me himself, and hearing him say that just started to make me feel more confident. Who knows, maybe one day I'll draw a full page myself, maybe on a live stream. I feel like that would be a pretty cool thing to do. Here's a sketch that I drew myself. This is when I threw it into Photoshop and did the line art, and this was the finished product. And I'm not gonna lie, I actually surprised myself that I was able to make this myself. Now obviously this is some amateur coloring, amateur line art, but to me it was a stepping stone. So I'm very proud of myself on how he came out right here. And a lot of the inspiration I got from his design was Sonic, obviously, Mario, the 3D Pac-Man, because I don't think the 8-bit Pac-Man would work. I feel like his character design just really pops out, especially with the shoes. And just seeing his shoes kind of just gives you a little bit of a taste of what his character really is. So yeah, I just love his character design. I think that might be all of the things for the art. Giving a summary of my manga inspired comic book. So with my first attempt on giving a summary for my manga inspired comic book, I'm not gonna lie, I struggled really hard. So much to the point where I was just rambling on and giving up so much spoilers, which is not good at all, especially when trying to give a summary of a pitch, because basically with this video, I'm pitching my story to you guys. So if I'm just rambling on and it's not making sense, that's not good. You guys will not be invested at all. So I'm gonna try my best with the summary that I wrote down. This is what I came up with. This story is taking place in a fictional city by the name of Cherry Boil. It was known to be one of the most beautiful cities ever, until a very catastrophic event caused the nuclear plants in the city to explode, which then caused toxic chemicals to enter the air and leak toxic waste into the main water system. And this is where I kind of leave out a lot of details so I don't spoil anything. But to jump ahead some time, a young aspiring hero by the name of BAMBA, which is my OC, wants to become the next hero of Cherry Boil, but he faces a lot of challenges due to being a mutant freak. Now, due to the nuclear explosion, it would cause people to mutate over time. Freaks are humans that were mutated at birth from the events of the nuclear explosion. Even though they look down on BAMBA for being a freak, his strong heart and will to be a hero looks past that. No matter how old, how young, the ethnicity, their beliefs or religions, BAMBA is so stuck on being a hero that he'll do whatever it takes to save any and everyone. He's not alone in this journey though. A young girl by the name of Peach, a kung fu fighting monkey named Banana, and his billionaire playboy philanthropist father are right by his side every step of the way in his journey. So that is just a quick summary of La Bamba. Like I said, there's so many other details I had to leave out because I just don't want to spoil too much. And I'm sorry if I suck at reading, goddamn. And I really hope that this pitch kind of gets you guys invested. If you guys think I should work on my summary, feel free to give me some pointers. Just don't be a dick about it. My inspirations. So I've been taking all sorts of inspirations from movies, shows, and video games, but the biggest inspirations that I've been looking at for this project are stuff like The Boys, Invincible, Regular Show, Rick and Morty, South Park, The Boondocks, One Punch Man, Mob Psycho 100, and the list just goes on and on and on. I've just been watching all sorts of media just to get some ideas of what I'm looking for with this project. This project is going to be a dark comedy. Obviously from the inspirations I just listed off, might have given that away, but it's also going to be a action / adventure. Yeah, it's going to be a wild ride. That's all I'm going to say. There might be points where I'll say some jokes that might cross the line a bit. So if you guys aren't into like dark humor, this might not be the project for you. That's all I'm going to say. And if you guys want to see some early stuff, it will be put on the Patreon. And when you guys start reading this project, you guys will see so many Easter eggs and references. So much to the point to where if you guys read it the second or third time, you guys would be like, holy fuck, that reference just went completely over my head. Like, it's gonna be so much fun. I can't wait till people like, bro, I like that Easter egg you threw in there. So make sure you guys are like really looking at the smallest details in panels, or even like certain phrases that my character might say, because who knows, some of the things he might say might foreshadow things that'll happen later on in future arcs. So keep that in mind. Future Q&A and fan art. Now, I could talk about this project all day, but if I did that, this video would be way too long. If you guys have any questions that you would like for me to answer in the future, maybe for like a part 2 of this video, comment down below. And don't be afraid to ask more than one question. You could ask 1, 2, 3, 5, 10, however many questions you want, and I'm gonna try my best to answer every single one of them. Also, if you guys love BAMBA, feel free to do some fan art. I think it would be really cool to see fan art of my character, especially in y'all's art style, and to see him be posted on the internet, because I feel like if people started to see BAMBA getting drawn by like different artists, people would be like, what the fuck is this BAMBA guy? He looks cool, I just don't know where he's from. And if people start asking, you guys could just send them this video. So yeah, if you guys have any questions about this project or want to send me fan art, do that. You know, those things could really help out this project. Also, I'm not going to be doing any sort of Indiegogo or Kickstarter, and no shade to anyone that uses it, But for the beginning of this project, I feel like that would just be too much pressure and would seem a little too desperate, you know? I'm not that desperate for money. Like, I already have a really good job. But, you know, helping out with the Patreon could make this process a little bit faster. Before I do go, just want to let you guys know, I did drop some new merch. I'm no longer working with Teespring because the direction they're going towards just, I just wasn't fucking with it. So I'm working with a new brand that's handling my merch. And I'm not going to lie, I think they're way better than Teespring. Scratch that. I know they're way better than Teespring. And I actually just released some La Bamba merch. So if you guys want to help out the project and want to buy some La Bamba merch, it's up on the Huncho Joshi store. And like I said, you don't have to if you don't want to, but the designs are kind of fire. I'm not even gonna lie to you guys. I want to give a huge shout out to the lovely patrons for supporting your boy. A lot of the money from the Patreon goes into projects like this, so if you guys want to support me in the channel, consider subscribing to the Patreon. I have a $2 tier, $5 tier, and a $10 tier. For everybody that's a $5 or $10 tier, we'll have chances to win prizes, and we'll be able to get shout outs at the end of every one of my videos. Make sure you guys like, comment, share to support your boy, subscribe if you guys are new, and if you are new, check out all my other series, and don't forget to hit the bell to be alarmed whenever a new banger is out. I am your host, Huncho Joshi, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace, love y'all, stay clean, and I will see you guys next time. Peace.